Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Once before we've spoken that there's some halachas that for whatever reason people don't study be'iyun, especially the inyanim of chesed shalemis, and there's a lot of fascinating halachas and minhagim that are connected with dinei avelus, and perhaps once in a while stop and learn, and to learn from those halachas are very important. So we know that there is minhagim that take place during a levaya when you go to a Beis HaChaim, and some of them have some rich background. When you go to a Beis HaChaim, you go to a levaya, so it's customary that you rip out after you leave the levaya, after you leave the Beis HaChaim, you rip out on the way out. You rip out some grass, and then you throw it over the back of your shoulder, and when you're done, you're home. You wash nagelwasser. And let's discuss some of the reasons that I mentioned for these three things that we do. So, to rip out some of the grass, it's actually brought in Svarim, it's brought from one of the Rishonim, that's actually symbolic for Tchias HaMesim. We know right now that the Gufim are buried in the ground, and the Pasuk says that when Mashiach comes, V'yotzitzu me'ir ke'esav ha'aretz, that the dead will revive like the grass grows from the ground. So to show this to the Mesim Kvayachol, as we leave, we rip out some grass, hoping and praying for the time to come speedily. Others, as we walk out, we actually throw some of the grass over our backside. So it says in some of the Rishonim, because the neshama of the deceased is malava the mess, the guf, and it cannot go back to the place of mourning until the people give him reshus to go back where he has to go, where the neshama has to go. So throwing some grass over your back is like a simon of a reshus. Shuvi l'mnuchaychi. Go back to your resting place where you have to go. Now, in other places, it's actually brought that the reason we do so is to make some kind of a separation bein hachayim lahavdol and bein hamavis and bein hamesim. So you throw the grass behind you to make a separation. One of the Rishonim asks, why is it that when you come home from a levaya, Rahman al-Atzlan, or anything like that, you wash your hands? So he says, we wash your hands to show ba'avinenu legaramnu es misasoi. It was not our sins, God forbid, that caused this death. It's similar to what the pasuk says, Yodeinu leishafchu es adam hazeh ve'inenu leiro kaper la'amcha Yisrael. So to show that how we are clean from this sin to cause Rahman al-Atzlan this death is v'rachatzu yadeim v'sragleim, you wash your hands. To be Messiah with a fascinating insight. You know that when a tzaddik, that Bechlal tzaddikim are tzaddik katamar yifrach. The pasuk says that a tzaddik is compared to a date tree. And the question is, why a date tree? Why a date tree? Some say because a date tree is very tall. But I saw a fascinating hesber. Trees in general, when you cut down a tree, you plant a new one, and with some time, it's going to grow back. There is something very unique about a date tree, a tamar and an erez. Two things that are unique. Most of the trees are not so tall, you can't see from the far. A tamar and an erez, al yedei shehem gavoyim, because they're very tall, you're able to see them from very far. Kachat tzadikim, so too the tzadikim. But the second hesber is what I'm getting at. Kol ha'ilanos, most of the trees, when they get old, you cut them down, and you replant a new one, and with no time, something starts growing. A erez and a tamar, when they're old and you cut them down, it takes a long, long time for it to grow back. And that's why a tzaddik is compared to a tamar, to a erez. Because God forbid, when a tzaddik leaves this world, mi yuchal lahavi tzaddik achar kamaisa ba'elam hazeh. Who else, who could be a replacement for a tzaddik? So that way, we think of a tzaddik like this giant, like this erez, this tamar that can be seen from far, and we yearn to see him speedily in our days.